Greetings, everybody. It is I, Wooz the Collector, bringing you again episode 61. What do you mean again, Wooz? Well, I was a dumbass last week. I recorded a whole episode and I thought I hit the record button and I did it. So, yeah, and it was I didn't feel good about the episode, so that must have been the fates telling me something. So, yeah, there was a crow pop. I talked a little of TV I was watching, which we'll talk today. But my main reason we're going to go into, I've got Midtown Comic pre-orders. I've got a Midtown Comic missing issue order. I believe my Pop has been replaced, and I got some Best Buy stuff on clearance. But first off, we went to Cinemark and saw the Blue Beetle in XD. Not 3D, but it was in XD. It was a fairly good movie. I don't see how it's the starting point for Gunn's DC Universe, since it was already in production before he came over, and I guess he didn't really have anything to do with it. But I heard somewhere, or I read somewhere, that it is the jumping point. You heard Batman mentioned, you heard Superman mentioned. It's a good family movie too. There was a lot of families in the theater too. It's something you can bring your kids to. It was good. I give it a solid B+. Not the best superhero movie, and I don't believe in that superhero fatigue stuff they're talking about. If they made the movies right and did the writing good, they wouldn't be that bad. And I'm not a hardcore comic book. It's got to be exact. It's got to be exact. No, I'm okay with altering and having its own universe. You just look at it as it's not the comic book universe. This is another multiverse. But that's the way I take it. Other guys or other people are like, to me, blow it way out of proportion. But Blue Beetle, yep. Worth seeing in theaters. Good to see in XD. Susan Sarandon's in the cast. The bad guy is one of the guys from Mayans. I have to look him up, but I've always liked him. And he was the bad guy in the movie. And then you had, and I'm not even going to pronounce his Jeremy Reyes in the movies. The actor is from the Karate Kid. He plays Miguel in Karate Kid. He's good in this. They did good casting him. I think it fits him to a T, and I look forward to seeing possibly another movie or seeing him reprise the role. I don't know much about the Blue Beetle. They did show like the original costumes that we've seen in the DC comic books, and it's a little explained in there, but they did leave it where could lead to a sequel. So we'll see what happens. On the small screen, I finished Titans season 3. Finale's done. It was kind of lackluster for me. I enjoyed the season, but not so much the season finale. We've caught up to, I believe it's episode 6 of The Bear on season 2. The Witcher, season 3, episode 4. Though The Bear is on Hulu. Great show. That's the one everybody's going around now saying, chef, and making light of it because it's a good show and you got to check it out. Same thing with The Witcher. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Helmsley taking over and seeing what he's going to look like versus this guy, or is he going to be a different guy? I don't know much about the Witcherverse either, so we'll see what happens with that. I did start rewatching Star Wars Rebels too. I'm only up to like episode 5 of the first season, but I really want to rewatch everything going into Ahsoka in a couple weeks or next week. I haven't decided if I'm going to wait for Ahsoka, because every time I wait for a series, you do your scrolling, and sometimes you got to scroll fast. Today I didn't scroll fast past something, and it spoiled the ending of the Blacklist for me, but I still have to watch the season finale of that also. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me see if we've got anything else I've been watching. I tend to forget. I get all bobbled up. That's what the whole point of the show is for me, is kind of open up a little, try to connect with people and find other collectors and bitch about shipping. That was the main thing starting the show, to bitch about how the the companies are ship their stuff. It's horrible and it pisses me off. But what are you gonna do? No new movies coming out yet. We might go see something next weekend. We haven't decided. Lady Woo's wanted to see Strays, which I'm okay with seeing Strays, but Will Ferrell, he's like Seth Rogen. Here I go, I'm bashing them both again, Seth Rogen and Will Ferrell. They're just those actors who are the same in every movie. I gotta do a top 5 of those guys. And those two would be in the top 5. They are just the same as they are in every movie. It drives me crazy. Lady Woos loves comedies. That's one reason why I don't love comedies, because the actors are always, they're kind of the same. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on to some collecting toys. At our local Walmart, I did pick up 2 figures this week. I picked up an Imperial officer from Andor. I believe he is a Walmart exclusive. He was on clearance for $19. I think he was originally $27. So I picked him up. I've been waiting for Cal Kestis to come out. And I picked him up. He's not the first one. There's another one that I want to pick up, but this is the newest one. Best Buy, I bought a game and a figure. Best Buy just did a week of their 10 days games at $10. So there was really nothing for me, but I did pick out Outriders Day 1 edition for $10. It's been in my wish list for a while, so yeah, and it's gonna go on the backlog. I know I haven't touched a video game in like 2 years, but I will get back to playing. Yeah, so I'm gonna add that to the collection, and I'm kind of steering towards the PS4 just because of the way Xbox is doing. You know, it's gonna cost you $10 a month to play online with your friends and stuff. Hopefully it's not the same when you're playing single player, because I don't think I'm gonna re-up it, but I haven't decided yet. I picked up a Marvel Legend at Best Buy. We'll see. At least it's not in a bag, so that's a plus. Picked her up for like $6 or $5. She was cheap. It was one of the ones I needed for them Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Look at Best Buy, didn't do too terrible. At least they tried some bubble wrap in here. Let's see what she looks like, because Best Buy's, and she's fairly in good shape. America Chavez. I think I almost have all of these now. I think I do have all of them. I gotta check. Yeah, $5, $5 or $6 clearance, and now it's unavailable. So I'm glad I picked her up when I did, when I got the game. I think there's only one pop in here, Amazon, but we're gonna see. I believe this is the replacement. No, oh, 2 pops. Yeah, I forgot. Look at that. No packing whatsoever. I pre-ordered Baby Clown from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. For surprisingly rolling around in the box, he looks good, and he looks cool as hell. Check that out. Try to get, oh, no glare. There we go. And that's a nice big. Check them out. That's so cool. Love that movie. And then we got, I picked up, that was, I actually got them for $10. They dropped them down and refunded me. It was pre-ordered $12.99. This is an Amazon exclusive I picked up for $5. Figured it was worth it. Turbo Man from Jingle All the Way. $5 I'll pick up an Amazon exclusive. So that's pretty much all the toys this week. I'm going to open the missing comic book box first. What do I mean by missing comic book? Well, I do my pre-orders months in advance with through Midtown. It's the cheapest way. You get bags and backing boards. Practically, the bags and backing boards are free. And after you look at it, if you went to this, yeah, some guys at some of the local comics give you 5 or 10%, but if you have a file or a folder or whatever they call them now. But at Midtown Comics, if you order like 2-3 months in advance, you get dollars off the books. So to me, it's well worth it for what I read and collect, even with my backlog. Finally finished Dark Web. That was a good storyline with Ben Reilly teaming up with Madeline Pry, Spider-Man and the X-Men. I'm starting into I started already catching up on Amazing Spider-Man. I got up to where they spoiler alert if you haven't read it, sorry, they killed off Miss Marvel in Amazing Spider-Man 26. So, but I believe they brought her back already, so. But I'm not far caught up on that. These books right here were ones that I forgot to order, or I missed from a series, or yeah, stuff like that. You know, which happens with me. I'm old, 50. So I was reading the storyline in Thor, so I picked up the missing ones from there. This is a death story with Thanos. Dead Sea, the one what I started reading with the ghost on the boat, and they're pretty much milking the ghost for their ectoplasma. And I missed like 2 books out of that series. Thor, it's about his baby sister, and Thanos, and it was just a good story. So now I can finish it because I have all the fillers. This is, I hate they put them on the back. Oh, now they're the other Dead Sea I'm missing. This is a Star Trek one from the motion picture. This is Echo's storyline. It's been pretty good. An alternate universe Chekhov and Uhura come into the regular Trek universe, and it's a whole different universe than theirs. It's not the Evil Empire one. Yep, and I read Spider-Man Unforgiven. Well, I didn't know Spider-Man Unforgiven led into X-Men or Captain America Unforgiven and X-Men Unforgiven. It's a team of vampires. So, of course, I had to pick these up. And all these were dropped low because they've been in my cart forever. I save up my ones I miss till I get a good enough amount in there. Sometimes I miss out and I wait too long and it's gone. But I go around, and I went to actually Second Alarm Comics the other week and picked up a book there that I miss, and that guy always goes out of his way for me and finds the book. He digs for like a good 10-15 minutes, but he's always pulled out what I'm missing. So the guy's great. I let him keep the $1. I said, hey, it's not a coffee, but here, you went through so much trouble. He goes, no, that's my job. I said, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate people like that. And then now I can read Lazarus Planet, the DC story, because I have the last 2 Planet of the God Revenge. So yeah, these are my fillers that I missed, so no real excitement there. We'll get into and see what I'm reading currently or catching up to. The orders that come in so fast, and oh my goodness, if you've seen my order sometimes, it takes me a couple weeks to save up the money to pay it off with my allowance. So yeah, always Midtown Comics. This is what you get from them, man. I pack their stuff the same way. Like if you buy items too, very well packed. Always wrap them in their paper bags that they put them in at the store. The store paper bags. Alright, so we have. Oh, what if Dark Venom? What if the Thing became Venom? Just a one-off story. Dark Droids is going to be a story across the Star Wars books. So now I'm gonna have to pick up a book here or there that I don't collect, or read, like Star Wars Dr. Alpha. I'm not too keen on her. Oh, here's another one now. I got Contest of Chaos. It goes through the annuals. Yep, I'll be picking up annuals that I don't normally read. Red Goblin, finally found out who he is. That's Norman, it's Harry Osborn's son, was given a symbiote from Dylan Brock, who is Eddie Brock's son. Star Wars Droids. That's a kind of cool cover with Qui-Gon Jinn on it. I like that. And Kenobi back there. That's a good cover. I'm going to read Dark X-Men. It just looked intriguing, and after I finished reading Dark Web and saw Madeline Pry making a team, I wanted to read it. I picked up Fall of X. I may catch part of this story or not. That one seemed interesting to me. My first one, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance. This is a 2 or 3 issue limited series. Venom. I'll be catching up on him shortly after Amazing Spider-Man. Ultimate Invasions 2. I'll wait till I get them all to read them. The Mandalorian just follows the TV show. Thinking of after this season, I'm done. Star Wars Black and White and Red. These are just little stories. Only black, white, and red are used in the colors, and the stories revolving around Vader. Been pretty cool so far. Predator. This has been a good run. I like the story. Incredible Hulk number 2. I haven't not yet read number 1 yet. Hallows Eve. Now I know who she is from reading Dark's Web, and I'll be catching up on these. Ghost Rider. This is a cool cover too. Look at that cover. I hate the glare. There it is. No glare. That's a cool cover. Ghost Rider Danny Ketch. I haven't read that because I'm not caught up with the Ghost Rider series right now. Here's the part 2 of the Weapons of Vengeance with Ghost Rider and Wolverine. And the current Alien story, which I bitched about before, but now it's piqued my interest and picked up pretty good. It started off slow, but I'm enjoying it. If you're an Aliens fan, it's definitely a different off story to me. But it started off slow and picked up from there. Okay, what we got here? We have Warlock Rebirth, which is battling his sister Eve Warlock, who the Higher Evolutionary created. Death of the Venomverse. I have to read the Venomverse first before I get to that. Star Wars Yoda. Here's another cool cover with Count Dooku in the back and older Obi-Wan. Let's see if we can get no glare. No glare. No glare there. That's a cool cover too. Star Wars Dark Droids 1. So, like I said, I'm going to have to figure out which ones I'm missing. Junk Rabbit, which I finally found out who Junk Rabbit is. It's creepy. If you want to read it, it's weird. Probably, I hope it's a limited series, but I don't know how much longer. It's starting to lose me a little. Amazing Spider-Man Annual with he goes up against Hallows Eve by himself. Her powers is she creates mask and then becomes the creature and gains the creature's powers. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 5. 2 Cosmic Ghost Riders battle it out to try to become 1 Cosmic Ghost Rider. Misery. I'll be starting this one soon after I get through the Carnage stuff. The Avengers. I've been reading those. And the Avengers Beyond with the Beyonder pretty much screwing over the Avengers like he usually does. I like this cover too. Spider-Man, Doc Ock, Amazing Spider-Man 30, which I'll be reading. Almost caught up to this so. But I just don't know how to talk sometime. Yeah, it happens. I'm almost caught up to that issue. Death of the Venomverse. Again, can't speak, you know. Max Rebo, Star Wars. So, it's the Return of Jedi 40th anniversary, so they did a bunch of one-off books, which reminds me, Target has today all the Return of the Jedi 40th pops on sale. I picked up 4 of them, of the larger ones at a good price. So if you're interested in that, shoot over to Target and pick yourself up some pops. They're on sale 30% off this week. The other Star Trek one, because I told you I miss Echoes, so this is the one before it, but I realized I missed it, so I picked up the one after it that I missed. X-Men Days of Future Past. Been reading that. Spider-Man. He teams up with Spider-Boy, who no one knew existed in our universe, or the Marvel universe, comic universe. We'll see how that pans out. Avengers number 4. Uncanny Avengers, which starts the fall of the Avengers. And Amazing Spider-Man 31. It's a biggie. Stick Special Wedding. And this is where Tombstone and Robbie Robinson's kids who hooked up are getting married. So we'll see about that. We're almost caught up to that. Like I said, I don't think we're going to go see any movies next week. Hopefully the Target pops will come in. I can unveil those next week. I've got a couple things coming in from Amazon as well, and we'll see about those. But I would say that is an episode. I appreciate everyone who watches every week. Sorry about last week. No episode 61. This is episode 61.5. It happens. Sometimes we all are a dumbass. But this is Woozy the Collector reminding you to watch my other videos. Like me, comment, subscribe, join me on Facebook, TikTok, and always check out my Hobby DB page to see what new has been added to the collection and what the values are. And you'll see that some of this stuff I pick up, I pick up a $5 pop and it's still valued higher than $5. That's because Amazon's looking to get rid of it. Other collectors just don't know how to find stuff. I don't know, but they do quite well. So check me out on Hobby DB too. So this is Woozy the Collector signing off.